Connecticut is a constantly growing thing. There's a lot of different production facilities popping up in different places in Connecticut, and I think that people are seeing this more and more as a viable alternative to New York City, places where they can come and produce television.
Just the proximity of Connecticut to major markets like New York, Boston, and then you have networks like WWE, ESPN, Hartford's a top 40 market. It's really impacted me a lot because you see how competitive things can get, and being at a university like Sacred Heart where you can have internships in New York and Boston if you really want to drive, it can really kind of get you going. It shows you what it's going to take to get into this business.
My teachers at Southern Illinois University stressed summer internships, summer work in the field. And as good as it is to get a degree from Sacred Heart or whatever school you go to, you have to work in the school paper, the school radio station, apply for internships, whether they be ESPN or NBC or CBS or your local paper. You have to have a resume full of experience.
The best thing I could have done was to come to Sacred Heart. I use all the skills that I've learned in class on a daily basis, you know, in the real world application. So it was very valuable. It only enhanced the skills that I had brought to the table in the first place.
I think the biggest thing about my education was people. You know, I mean, there's a lot of places you can go on YouTube and figure out, you know, a lot of the basics about lighting and microphones and tripods and such. But it's that dynamic element of this business and establishing my first wave of networking and connections that still reverberates for me.
Technology has really affected the way we communicate, the way we send out information, the way information is sent out. Twitter, obviously, you know, social media from a Facebook standpoint, websites, the way that we communicate our stories or the way that we communicate our information out.
The state of Connecticut has filtered down into the high schools where we're starting to use that platform to prepare students for college and careers beyond.
You're always going to learn more as soon as you're into the field, but to have the, I guess, background to get into the business, you need a strong foundation, and that's what Sacred Heart was. Sacred Heart was my foundation. It didn't teach me everything, but it taught me a lot to know how to get into this business, and from there it just skyrocketed.